Hey guys, and welcome back to another J.S.T video. Today we are going to be reviewing the brand new 2024 iPad Pro. I've been using this for the past couple of weeks now, and I've been testing to see if the new features and changes are actually a viable reason to upgrade, or if they're just gimmicks. So let's get into it. So to start with, let's run through the specs of my iPad. It's a complete base model with 256 gigabytes of storage, the standard processor inside with 8 gigabytes of RAM, and it's the 13-inch side, which is the bigger variant, and it's got standard options in terms of the glass as well. So this is as basic as you can get, and this cost me around £1,300. So let's get into my pros and cons. Start off with the pros. We're going to talk about the brand new design. The new iPad Pros are now thinner and lighter than they've ever been before, meaning that portability wise it's so much easier to carry, especially if you've just got a simple folio case on the back of it, meaning that taking it around from A to B is very easy. It's very lightweight, so it shouldn't burden you, especially if you've got it in your backpack. And also, when using this bigger tablet one-handed, it's actually a lot easier because of its compacted and thinner design, meaning that using it one-handed is actually viable with this bigger size. What's even more surprising is that they managed to give us the exact same battery life, if not more, with this newer iPad, which is in my mind crazy, but that can be due to the new chip and the better performance of that. The second pro I want to talk about is, in my personal opinion, actually a big reason why I picked this iPad is the all new camera design. You may be thinking that the camera is actually now a downgrade because now we have one less camera. Actually, what they've done is they've upgraded this one camera and given us a crucial feature for someone who likes to do drawing and has physical papers as well. So basically, this new camera module is designed for scanning your documents. It can also be used for scanning artworks and drawings and really anything that's paper related. And for me, that's a huge benefit because as someone who needs to go to a scanner all the time, and I typically don't have one at home, so I need to always go to uni and stuff because I typically draw an A3, but this iPad can do any size and bring it down and crop it to size. So that basically means that it just saves me a lot of time and effort having to carry all my work and get it scanned, because now I can just do it from the comfort of my home with my new iPad. And the third pro I'm going to talk about is the brand new display. So now this new iPad comes with a tandem OLED display, which basically means it's very color accurate, high contrast, and it's also very bright. So yeah, basically this display is a lot more color accurate and the colors pop a lot more. So especially if you're drawing, you'll find it'll help a lot when it comes to referencing as well, because it does have a reference mode like the previous two 13-inches of the last two generations. And also if you travel a lot and you're outdoors, you'll be able to use this iPad very easily outside because it has a peak brightness of 1000 nits, which is typically very good if you are using your iPad outdoors or if you've got direct sunlight right in front of it. Now that's the pros and the good things that I like about the iPad out of the way. Now I've got a few things that I think don't really give me a compelling reason enough to upgrade, so I'm going to go through those now. The first one, and it is a very well-known issue, is the software. Since roughly the big redesign in 2018, everyone has been awaiting for like a DeX or a laptop-based iPad mode, so then you can actually use it as a Mac on the go. I understand the reasons why it's not happening, and that is simply because Apple knows it's going to hurt the sales of their Mac, and I get that. But everyone wonders why they can't actually give a lot of the features that they have on Mac and then bring it down to iPad and basically just do it the iPad way. For me, and me being a drawer and using the iPad for drawing and artwork, I don't need a laptop mode. That's why I've got my MacBook Pro, is because my MacBook Pro is doing all the software work, it's doing all CAD. This is just for drawing and doing my design. So in essence, it is kind of perfect, but there are a few things I think they should consider. Like, now that the iPad Pro now has basically the computer chips of the Mac in the iPad, why can't we do things like play separate audio tracks, for example, or press and hold on certain applications so we can have the same functions as we do on Mac? It is shocking to me that we have so much performance, yet it's so clocked and it's so it's so binned in essentially that we can't unlock and use all that power. So yeah, I think Apple just need to reconsider iPad OS if they can, because right now it's just too much like the phone. Like, there's so much power that is being untapped that they could just redesign the iPad OS and make it more of a mix between both, where you get those functions and capabilities of the Mac, but it's more accommodated for touchscreen. So all we can do is wait and just cross fingers, I guess, that they're actually going to do something about it. The second negative point I want to talk about is actually the performance. Now, you may be surprised as to why I'd be talking about performance when every year it supposedly gets better and better. But when it comes to iPads, there is really no big performance gain. I've upgraded from my 11-inch 2020 iPad Pro, and that had the A12Z processor inside of it. And that is basically like a first generation of their M chips, because it was their custom silicon. It's obviously now the M1, it's just their branding for it. But even with a 4-year, 5-year gap between these two iPads, there's not a big performance between them like you would get upgrading from a very old Mac to the latest Mac, for example. All I would say is that when you load up an app, a website on Safari, it just pops up maybe a millisecond, a second, two or faster on the newest one. But it's not a compelling reason why I would upgrade. I mean, all in all, you would probably be saving roughly 20 seconds a day using this new iPad. And this is mainly because Apple is choosing not to use the full capability of what the processor can do. But it's all well and good Apple's putting in the computer chips inside of the iPad. But there's no use if they're constantly underclocked and they can't do their full potential. They can't reach their full potential, basically. Alright, so although there was a few negative points, I feel like the positives kind of do outweigh the negatives here. So now I'm going to go through my reasonings as to if you should buy this new iPad Pro in 2024. So I'm going to start off by straight away saying that the iPad Pro is great for artists and drawers alike. If you are someone who uses the iPad as a laptop replacement, I can't really justify it too much to get this one over the one you probably have, or getting a cheaper one, mainly because the keyboard is very expensive as well as the iPad itself. So with the money you spend on that, you might as well just buy a MacBook, which will be able to run kind of software and whatever capabilities you need from a laptop. It will run better on an actual laptop. But yeah, like I said, for artists, this is really good. That new camera on the back is game changing for scanning documents and stuff. That brand new display, color accurate, more rich and vibrant. And that new thinner, lighter design, but also maintaining the same battery life as well. So all of these features, in my mind, are actually great for artists. And that is what the iPad for the past couple of years has felt like it's been catered towards, and it is more for people who uses the iPad as an iPad. Because for me, this ticks all the right boxes. But yeah, overall, this new iPad Pro is pretty decent, although pricey, although has a few flaws to it. I think it's going to be a very good drawing tablet for me for the next 5 years at least, hopefully longer. So right, that about wraps up the video then. Please like and subscribe. Stay tuned for the next upcoming videos, which will go into more detail about this new iPad Pro. And yeah, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think, what future videos you want to see. And I will see you guys next time. See ya.